Hey, what's poppin'? Good morning. It's your boy Jay the Comedian. I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. And yeah, so I got a story for y'all today. Another story from back in the day, right? When I was living my crazy double life. So, okay. Story starts. I have a sister who I love very much, who is still a Jehovah Witness, by the way. But yeah, I still love her very much. She's very amazing to me. She don't really know what I'm getting into right now. I don't care. She's in Atlanta. I'm in Chicago. Whatever. She'll find out eventually. I still love her to death. I love this woman. And she got married and she lived in Joliet. Okay? So while she lived in Joliet, her husband, who's a very amazing person, who's also still a Jehovah Witness, he was an elder. He's probably still an elder. And even back then, during this story, he was an elder. Loved this guy. Loved my sister. It was great. And I was staying out there with him for a short amount of time. For a couple months, I think I stayed out there. Now, while staying out there with my sister and my brother-in-law in Joliet, my brother-in-law had a little brother. His little brother was the same age as me. And me and his little brother were super duper cool with each other. Now, his little brother didn't want anything to do with the Jehovah Witnesses. He didn't even try to. He didn't want to be one. He didn't want to pretend to be one. He didn't want nothing to do with being a Jehovah Witness. So me and him were best friends. Me and him were super cool. I'm like, yo, bro, you know, I'm a JW, but we cool. So, okay. Me and him, we got left at home by ourselves. We was, we like 16, something like that. And so, it wasn't no problem. It was the summertime. We kicking it. And it was a girl that went to my brother and my sister-in-law's Kingdom Hall. And while we were there, I knew this girl. She was another great person. Like, there's no bad people in this story. Let me just say that. All the people in this story, I had a deep respect and like for. You know what I'm saying? So same with this girl. She was funny, cool to kick it with, great person. She had a crush on me, but I didn't have a crush on her. You know? Like, she was kind of cute. And what I did really, enjoy about her, outside of her amazing personality, she had a really big, a large front yard. I put it like that. Very large front yard. And I was curious. But at the same time, I wasn't curious enough to be like, yo, you should be my girlfriend. And she also, did her thing in her double life or whatever. But at the same time, nah, I just wasn't into her like that. But she was cool. So me and my brother-in-law's little brother, we're at the house. We having fun. We sneaking and drinking and playing, being little kids, being little goofy kids or whatever. And old girl called me on my on his house phone, on my brother-in-law's house phone. So we talking, we flirting and playing around and whatnot. And she was like, so what y'all doing? I'm like, oh, we just over here just killing it. You know, and she like, who's there? I'm like, just me and, my brother-in-law's little brother. He's like, what? Where your sister and your brother? I'm like, oh, they at work. They'll be home eventually, but they at work for now. I don't know when they're going to get home. They might get home late tonight. I don't know. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So, conversation continued. And eventually, we got off the phone. We were doing a lot of flirting and I was saying a lot of stuff. But, if I really was, into her, I'd been like, hey, I know you have a car. Let's link up. Let's go somewhere. Let's get it in. I would have been on it. I know me. I would have definitely been on it. But I wasn't on it like that. I was just being flirty and funny and just trying to have a good time. So my brother-in-law walks in, right? Hey, how y'all doing? I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And we just sitting there chilling. Literally 2 minutes after he walks in, 2 minutes after he walks in, we get a knock at the door. No. I answer the door. It is the girl with a spaghetti string top on. She had a jacket on, but a spaghetti string top on. And she was like, so, I'm just coming over to say hi. And we like, yo, what are you doing here? My brother-in-law, who is an elder, by the way, goes like, who's that at the door? I'm like, oh, that's what you call, he comes, I don't want to say her name, but he comes up and And I'm like, zip your jacket up, zip your jacket up. So she zips her jacket up, and he comes over. Oh, hey, what you doing here? He's like, nothing, I was just in the area. I'm just saying hi to y'all or whatever. Now, he knew she liked me. Like, I think he was the one that told me, you know, because he thought it was funny or whatever. He wasn't really like, you know, he was cool. He was so cool. He thought it was innocent and funny. He didn't see anything spiritually wrong with one person liking another person that was young, you know what I'm saying? And he just thought it was entertaining and fun, you know? He wasn't an uptight prick, you know what I'm saying? And so she's like, okay, cool, well, you know, I just want to say hi, I'll see y'all later, whatever. But yo, the way she was dressed, yo, you know what she came over there to do. Now, this is the reason the story is so funny to me. As soon as I saw her, I was like, oh my God. and my brother-in-law was like, okay, so y'all was in the house by yourself, and then she pulls up to the house literally minutes after I get here. What was y'all up to? Did y'all call her and tell her to come over? We were like, no, you can look at the call ID and saw that she called us, and we were talking for a while, but we didn't tell her to come over. We knew you was gonna be home eventually. Why would we tell her to come over? Now, this is the most funniest part, right? I know myself, and I know that situation very, very well. I know what she came over there for. And if she had come either 30 minutes earlier, or if he had come home from work 30 minutes later, he would have caught us banging, for sure. Like, I know myself. I may not have liked her, but I would have gave her a try that day. That's a fact. And yeah, so he was right there just like, man, y'all look like y'all was trying to do something. And this time, I was actually 100% innocent. I wasn't the one who started it. I guess I wasn't that innocent. On the phone, I did say some slick stuff. But I wasn't like, hey, come over. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, why don't you wear a spaghetti string top with them big old things just wobbling around and come on over. And yo, I would have never told her to do that. But she pulled up to the house like that. And I know me, I would have tried to do something. I'd be like, yo, you got your car? Let me just get in your car with you and we can bounce and we can go figure this out somewhere else. I would have did something. But she pulled up. Like, I couldn't believe that. And my brother-in-law from that point on was like, hey, y'all know not to have no girls up here while we go. I'm like, yes, once again, we didn't invite her over. And if he would have saw the way she was dressed, if he would have saw that top she had on, he would have been like, sister, what are you doing? What are you wearing? Why are you wearing that over here? Yo, she almost blew up my whole spot. And I couldn't believe it, man. Wow, I mean, this is the thing about her. This is the same girl who, even though I'm saying nice things about right now, we did have a falling out because she felt like I was leading her on, and she might have had a point, because even though I knew I didn't want to be in a relationship with her, I never really revealed to her that I didn't want to, and I'm sorry for that. And that kind of makes me a bad person when I was young. You know, like, I shouldn't have done that. If I wasn't truly trying to be with her, I shouldn't have, like, been flirting with her and telling her how cute and attractive I think she is when I wasn't really into her like that. I was into her friendship. Like, we could talk all day long, but I wasn't into her like that. Which is kind of a great thing, because if I were into her the same way she was into me, and because she pulled it that day she was like, you know what, we gonna do this today. She pulled up and she was ready to risk it all. And yo, if I was into her, I would have been on that phone like, yo, you should come over, let's figure out the logistics of this thing and let's get it cracking. That's what would have happened. Oh my God, I would have got caught red-handed. It was no way to sneak her out of there. It was no way of figuring out that, you know, because it's like one way in, one way out, you know. The house had a back door, but It's no, like, you could just see through the whole house. There was no getting around it unless he like went in the bathroom to take a massive poop or something. That was the only way I was gonna be able to sneak her up out of there. I would have had to like sneak him some laxatives or something like that, because that was the only way it would have happened. But brother, I was lucky. I was lucky. Anyway, yeah, man, that's what happened. It was funny. I think it was hilarious. But if you have any funny stories, I want to hear about them. I would love for you to make a video, and if you do, let me know. I'll come check it out. Anyway, holla at your guala. Deuces.